Hello, this is Chad Cochran, also known as CowtownChad, and this is Dive Bar Music Club.
Welcome to Dive Bar Music Club, the low-key, high-taste happy hour for music nerds. Each week, we're joined by a rotating cast of true music fans, people who live and breathe independent music. I'll introduce you to one of our rotating cast of characters, portrait photographer and music video filmmaker, Chad Cochran, who you probably know as CowtownChad. So grab a drink, pull up a stool, and join Chad Cochran on this week's session of Dive Bar Music Club. We've been really grateful to get to chat with all the folks who are going to be part of our regulars here on Dive Bar Music Club, helping y'all get to know who they are. So, Chad Cochran, what exactly do you do in the world of music these days?
So I am a live music and portrait photographer. I partner with a lot of music festivals where I do backstage portraits for them, but I also shoot live concerts. So I will kind of like pop back and forth between doing backstage portraits and then go and do live music. But I'm also, over the last several years, have been known for doing a lot of portraits with musicians that many of us know. I kind of grew up like metalhead, really like a punk kid. And I ended up, actually, thanks to you, Sloane, I took photos of somebody in a cowboy hat, and I suddenly became the person that takes pictures of people with cowboy hats. I have a long love of Americana music, all the way back to like Uncle Tupelo, Wilco, Bottle Rockets, Sunvolt, and now it is primarily where you see my photos. I have been very busy this summer doing music festival, both portraits and live music photography.
Very cool. Can you give us any little hints or tidbits of what you've been working on?
This summer, I did backstage portraits at the Nelsonville Music Festival. I also did backstage portraits at Pickin' in the Backwoods. And then I also attended Healing Appalachia that I've worked with the last couple years, as well as I was a guest speaker because I also have a mental health series at the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival in Okemah, Oklahoma.
I cannot wait till we all get a chance to talk a little bit more about some of your past projects and what you have coming up. This is going to be a real treat for our listeners here at Dive Bar Music Club. Thanks so much for deciding to join us here with Dive Bar Music Club as one of our rotating cast characters I'm jokingly calling the regulars. How did you end up in music?
In high school, we had a really horrible band called Stonehenge, but that gave me the foundation to go to college. And when I was in college, I played in some like grungy pop punk bands and then raised a family. And then as the kids became less dependent on me, I kind of like slid in the back door when at the time I was a rural landscape photographer and I had a musician reach out to me about doing some portraits. Not something I ever did, but the way that ended up working is it kind of got me back into the music industry. I'm one of those weird people that didn't own a camera until I was 40. I'm 53 right now, and the last 10 years has been a wild ride.
Absolutely. These are all the sort of teases of stories that I cannot wait for everybody to hear more about, because some of the real truth of what y'all have been doing is just head-scratching fabulous. So fun. Thank you. One of the things we've loved getting to chat about here on Dive Bar Music Club is the places where we go to hear music that really have stuck out to us over the years. What are some kind of venues or spaces that have really helped make the music more magical for you?
I've been incredibly fortunate to shoot at some pretty cool places. I think kind of the pinnacle for me, or like the place I enjoyed the most, is the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, which, is just a beautiful experience to see, a place to see music. But I think the place that really I kind of honed my skills living in the Cleveland area right now, the Beachland Ballroom and Tavern has a very long history of having some really cool shows there and breaking a lot of bands, when they were small. And as a music photographer, I think working in those low light, small venues and really kind of honing your skills there, once you get to a different level of concert photography and there is magical light as opposed to, those dark, shady bars that we've all spent time in. I think it's your practice, right? Like that's the place that you can kind of get started, start to develop those skills, and it really makes things considerably easier once you start to propel yourself further.
Absolutely. I love a magical little space like that. It's just will always be deeply in my heart.
Me too.
Fun times. Beachland Ballroom, fantastic place. Y'all should definitely check it out if you're ever up in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Where would you like people to find you?
I have taken this moniker online, and I jokingly always say that it's like having a band that picks a really bad band name and then has a hit. That's essentially what I'm living with. So I online use the name CowtownChad, like the farm animal cow, town, and then my name Chad. So CowtownChad, you can find me on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and you also can find me on TikTok talking about music.
I am not a TikToker. I will have to check that out. Fun to know.
Yeah, it's been a cool experience. I downloaded it because my kids used it. And then somebody that I worked with previously who did see some PR for me strongly suggested that I find a niche and dive into it. So talking about music is what I've chosen to do there.
This is a whole new world I didn't even know. Fun. I'll have to check this out a little more. Well, Chad Cochran, a.k.a. CowtownChad, we're so glad that you're going to be part of the regulars here on Dive Bar Music Club. Thank you.
Of course, I'm excited and can't wait for more.
That's the last call at Dive Bar Music Club. If you like the hang, follow the show, leave a review, and tell your algorithm, gosh darn it, we're worth it. Better yet, share your favorite episode with a friend who actually stayed for the whole set. See y'all next time for the low-key, high-taste happy hour for music nerds. Hey, y'all. Thanks for sliding in the booth with us here at Dive Bar Music Club. I'm Sloane Spencer, a former radio host and the creator of a ton of different podcasts over the years, including another brand new one that is completely different. It's the Gen X Sleep podcast, Sleep with Rockstars. Subscribe today at sleepwithrockstars.com or your favorite podcast app.